What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another installment of Cooking with Connie. What we got on the menu today, we are doing some simple egg bites for breakfast. For dinner, we're doing some shrimp and sausage pasta. It's all gonna taste so good. This video was done in mind of those busy moms, the busy women who don't have a lot of time to come home and cook. So we're gonna get something that is easy, it's simple, you can prep it for yourself and the whole family. So get ready, let's get right to it. Be sure to like and subscribe, let's go. So when meal prepping, efficiency is key. I took some time already and I started prepping my vegetables. So my spinach is already chopped up here. I have my red onions and my bell peppers. Those are already chopped up. I went ahead through the bacon in the oven to get that going, and then I chopped that up already as well. Having these things pre-chopped just makes this process a lot quicker. On the stove, I got my water going already just to make sure. I'll even show you. So on the stove, I got my water going already. In here, it's just a pan of just regular water from the tap, and then I got some chicken bouillon seasoning in there as well, just so that when we add the noodles, it gives us some flavor. Again, trying to multitask and maximize our time, so I got all the things ready to go here. So to start us off, we got to crack all our eggs. We are going to do this whole, I like the brown cage-free eggs. They just taste better to me, rather than like the other versions. So I like these eggs. What we're gonna do is go ahead and crack the egg. You can go egg whites if you like. I kind of like a little bit of the fat from time to time. Oh, there is a, we got a shell in there. I will get that out later. But crack all your eggs, get that going. And then as you crack, what we're gonna do, add some seasoning to these eggs. I may do a couple of these as egg whites, just so I don't have a bunch of yolk in every one. Okay, now that all our eggs are cracked, what we are gonna do is start adding some seasoning. So I got chicken bouillon. We're gonna knock that out first. Get some chicken bouillon in there. Next, go in with some garlic powder. As y'all can tell, I never measure. I just go with what the Lord tells me. We got some black pepper, just a little bit of that as well. And then finish off with some pink Himalayan sea salt. Get a little bit of that. Ooh, that was a little lot. Got more than I bargained for. And then you just give it a little whisk. Sometimes I add water or heavy cream, just to make it a little fluffier. I am gonna go through and add some heavy cream. We got just a little heavy cream in the fridge. So I'm gonna go through, add just a little bit, a little dab, if it ever comes out. A little bit of heavy cream, just to make it a little fluffier. And then as always, give that a nice to the side real quick. So you have your trays over here, your little muffin pans. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and spray so that nothing sticks. Get every little nook and cranny. I get the butter flavor, just adds a little more. So we got that going. Check your water. My water's starting to boil a little bit, so I'll get to it. What I'm going to do, you just start lining. So put some spinach in each one. Next, we're gonna go through with the onions and the peppers. Just start putting some of that. Ooh, I spilled some. Start putting that in there. And don't worry, we'll give it a little mix once we put the eggs in there. Some may get more of one vegetable than the other, but that's okay. Okay, boom. Now we got that in there, the last piece, and we're gonna take a pause. Go ahead, drop your noodles. Your water should be boiling. So at this point, the noodles need to go down. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put them in. You just wanna drop your noodles in, grab yourself a little whisk, and just move that and make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. I like to put a little olive oil just to keep it from sticking. So mix that around, and then we'll come back to that. But while that's working, let's go ahead and knock out. Be sure to preheat your oven. I forgot to mention that. Just go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. I have mine at 450 right now because I was baking the bacon. All right, so go ahead and preheat your oven. Put all this to the side. All right, now you're gonna layer in your bacon. You can use chicken sausage, you can use turkey bacon. I actually recommend those, but for me particularly, we like bacon. Judge your mother, we like bacon. So we're gonna put that in there, sprinkle some through. Make sure again, everyone gets some. This looks good already, if you ask me. And then, all right, put that to the side. Then the last part is to get in these eggs. So I got my little measuring thing here. Now this is gonna get a little tricky. Take a scoop and we're just gonna pour it in there. Get what you can. What does it allow you to put in there? You'll go back through at the end and share the love. All right, so now that we have that situated, let's take a moment and just take a quick look at them. These look good and they haven't even been in the oven yet. We're doing really, really good, y'all. Doing really, really good. Now, the last part, this part is optional. I know everyone isn't a big cheese person. For my people who are watching their calories, I would opt out on the cheese just because it can pack on the calories, and dairy for some people can cause inflammation. It doesn't necessarily sit well with their bodies. So I am going a little cheese over top. Remember, caveat with me, I'm not necessarily trying to lose weight. So I'm packing on the cheese and all of the things. So go ahead for those, add some cheese. I like to freshly shred it just because it melts a little better. So we'll add that to each one and then we'll check on our pasta. Okay, now that we're all set, I like to go through with the back of a spoon and just give everything a little mix. Want to be really gentle because you don't want to rip the paper. So just a light little mix. Make sure everything is merging and all looking good together. Okay, and we're all set. So the next step is to go ahead and throw this in the oven at 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes. Take a look at that though. That looks really, really good. Pop that in the oven. Okay, so now we're gonna start working on the pasta. I have my shrimp in that bowl, and what we are going to do is start adding our seasoning and then start building the layers of flavor. So in here, just about a half a pound of shrimp. I got some sausage, we'll get to that, but we're gonna season this shrimp. Just wanna make sure that it is dry. Sometimes if there's still some moisture, let's say it was frozen, put a paper towel in here and start to work through that and get that water. Okay, for this shrimp, I'm gonna go some onion powder, sprinkle some of that on there. We're gonna go some garlic powder. We're gonna keep this one really simple. Some salt, and then a little bit of pepper. Some of this will get cooked off anyway, so a little bit of pepper. And then I like to throw my gloves on. Give this a mix, just coating everything so that when we throw this in the pan, start to build those flavors. Once everything is fully coated, we'll set this to the side. Okay, we're gonna take some time, drain our pasta. Be sure to keep some of that pasta water when you do drain your pasta, because that pasta water we will add later on. So I like to go ahead, before I even do that, I always grab a bowl and I will just take some of that pasta water out of there. There you go, because that's gonna be of use later on. And then we just go ahead, always strain away from you. That steam can be crazy. So, ooh, lost a few. I'm always losing some of these videos. So you strain that out, and you can set this to the side after you go ahead, strain that out. Got a couple stragglers, but I'll take care of that later. Perfect. Set your pot to the side, let that cool off. We got our pan going here on low heat, and this is where we'll start building some flavor. So go ahead, go through with your olive oil. Get that all around, nice and hot. Turn this heat up just a little bit. And we are gonna go through and start building flavor. So let's start with the shrimp. You wanna hear that, that's how you know it's nice and hot. Get a sear on these, and then we will set this aside. While this is going, I always encourage you, go through, wash this bowl and this spoon, because we're gonna put that back in there once that's done seasoning. Okay, crank that heat up. Get this shrimp to cook down. Once it gets pink, and we will set that to the side afterwards. Give the shrimp a good stir. This has been on for about 2 to 3 minutes, just waiting for them all to turn pink. And then we're gonna set this to the side. So we're gonna do this shrimp, done. Doesn't need to be 100% fully cooked, just because it's gonna go back in and cook some more when we start layering everything else and adding all the other ingredients. And the hotter ingredients will finish cooking it thoroughly through. So add a little more olive oil back to our pan. Then we're gonna go through with some sausage. This is some ground Italian sausage here. Okay, so now that this is done, we're gonna set this to the side, put it in the same bowl as the shrimp. Go ahead, set that to the side. Get all of those sausage pieces out of there. Cool. Then we will turn this all the way low. Get this off the heat for a second. A little more olive oil. And then I went and roasted some garlic, but this is an optional step. You can use regular garlic. Before we do that, now we'll come through with some onions. Start letting those onions get a little aromatic, change color. So we're gonna let that do its thing for a second. Okay, so while this is going, notice those onions are starting to turn colors. What we are going to do, add some of this garlic. Remember, you can use regular diced garlic. I'm going to use this garlic that we went ahead and roasted. Add those garlic pieces in there. There we go. I have to get some of these little white pieces out. Ooh. What I got is some RAGÚ. Keep it simple. Remember, this is for that person who is short on time. You can easily go through on your own. You can easily go through on your own and make this from scratch. But again, if you're pressed on time, this is a easier and quicker method. But we'll spice it up a bit with that garlic. And then we'll come through with our seasoning. This is a mix of cilantro, chicken seasoning, garlic powder, basil, and oregano, just to give it some life, and some salt and pepper. Try to get this on high, bring this up to a slight boil. Sorry. In this pan, I'm gonna pour, I have my pasta in here. I want some of those juices as well. I'm gonna pour all of that back into this big pan so that they can get together. And let this start to simmer. We're gonna add some heavy cream to this in a second. But let this start to simmer a little bit. Give yourself a taste test. I'm gonna go back in here, start mixing these things around. You can just see already some of that flavor, some of that color. Now just come up to a simmer. Give yourself a little taste test just to make sure you like what you taste. All right, we got this at a nice boil. I keep saying boil, simmer, I'm so sorry. Go through with your heavy cream. This is pasta alla vodka. Good amount of your heavy cream. Mix that together. Your color should change. That is yummy. Crank that heat up a little bit. Bring this to a nice simmer. Marry all those ingredients together. All that stuff that was at the bottom, try to pick some of that flavor up. And then some of that pasta water, that's where some of your flavor is. Give it a little bit of that pasta water. Then we mix all this together. Bring this to a simmer. Brief intermission. Don't forget to take your eggs out of the oven. Look at that. That looks amazing. I want to give a taste test, but I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow. Okay, wrapping up the last of the pasta. Once you get this to a nice simmer, again, give yourself another taste test. You see that color? I like mine spicy, but my wife doesn't, so I typically would add crushed red peppers, but I'm not this time around. But you can see that nice orangey color that this has become. Once that comes to a nice simmer, I will pour that in here with these ingredients and let everything have a party. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and pour all of this in our pan. Ooh. And get all of it This pan is off the big pot just because I don't want that shrimp to overcook. Remember how we said the heat, you change the heat from the sausage that was laying on top, and now the heat from that shrimp was for sure done. We just want to go ahead and mix this through. We want our shrimp to have a little bite to it. No one wants chewy shrimp, so we don't want to overcook it. But the sound that you are hearing is the sound that you want to hear as you mix. And there you have it, a simple, quick, and easy shrimp and sausage pasta. Then we got our egg bites. Dinner and breakfast has been taken care of. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste test. Get a little bit of that sausage in there. Love that. The pasta still has a little bite to it. Love a good al dente pasta. I'm gonna throw some crushed red peppers when it's time. Ooh, that is good. I can't wait to eat dinner. These eggs, is this pan still hot? Ooh, pan is a little still hot, so I'm not gonna pick that up. But the eggs look really, really good as well. Everything has turned out amazing. If you try this recipe, all the ingredients, directions, etc. will be in the details. Until next time, if you love this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna go and clean this kitchen. Till next time, peace.